Hello, good night. It's Sylvia here, and it's almost 10, I believe, in the night for me. So it has been a very long day, and all day long I've been pondering about this meeting with you because I wanted to share a moon blessing with you, and I had to keep it as the last thing in my day, almost the last thing, because I still have a few things to finish, and so I'm gathering all the energy that I can right now to share this blessing with you. So today is the new moon in Gemini. Happy new moon blessings to all of you who are watching live with me and to anyone who's watching the replay. So we have completed the 5th cycle, lunar cycle of 2018, and we are now starting the 6th lunar cycle of 2018. A new moon, it's a new beginning. We start brand new. And when we have worked properly with the energy and with the moon phases, we have said farewell to all the things that were useless to us. And we are bringing into this new cycle all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the things that are vibrant and that are helping us to grow, to expand, to shift into wherever we want to become, we desire to be, we desire to go, do, say, embody. So usually at the beginning of each cycle, I pick one card. It can be from my deck, the Magic Path, the Oracle deck, or from the Tarot deck, the Rider-Waite Myth that I usually use. And I pick this one card only that serves as guidance along all the lunar cycle. So as the lunar cycle proceeds, I can go back to that card and check the vibration of that card within me, within the phase of the moon cycle that I am and we are navigating. And it's truly a guidance, it's truly an extra support, and it's a kind of remembrance. It helps to remember what we need to activate during this particular lunar cycle. So we are now arrived at the midpoint of 2018. We must be pretty used to this energy, the energy of 2018. So when we are right in the middle, we are also preparing to complete this year. And we are looking back to everything we have done so far, everything we have achieved so far, and something that can be truly helpful and that I found myself very, very helpful is to keep a record. So I don't know if you use a journal. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome. Happy to have you here. I am working with the moon phases for 3.5 years right now, and I have changed the way I work with the moon phases, listening first to one mentor, then to another, and then finally creating my own way to work with the moon phases. So when we work with the moon, it's a kind of more feminine energy that we activate, and we are also navigating our year, checking the sun calendar, that is the calendar of the seasons. So that is more masculine. So by blending these two energies, the masculine and the feminine, by blending the moon cycles with the sun cycles, we can truly balance these energies, and we can gain a more grounded effect and benefit on ourselves and our life. Then, if we also journal, this is another so powerful tool, and it is so simple. We just need pen and paper. It is a must to write with our hands and by using a pen on paper, so that we can truly send a signal to our body that we are living this experience through our body. And so it's another way to integrate with more stability, with more firmness, with more groundedness what we are going through. So I'm keeping a journal, and I have truly assessed it according to the moon phases. So I want to show you something because I got it here with me so that you can maybe get inspiration to do the same or to do something similar that is very attuned with who you are and with your goals, with your desires as well. So each month, at the beginning of the month, I prepare a moon calendar and I stick it on my journal, something like this. Hope you can see it. So I get creative and, I change the color of the papers. For this moon cycle that was from May 15th towards June the 12th, I've used the green because to me, May, it's connected with the green color, and it was also all about money and abundance, and to me it's green color. So then I simply report along the days what unfolds for me, all the gifts that I receive, all the miracles, all the unexpected surprises, and all the particular special events I went through, for example. And then, before to start the new cycle, as today we are starting, I write a report of the previous moon cycle, just to summarize all the things I went through, all the new things that appeared in my life, that I welcomed in my life. And just to give you an example, for the previous lunar cycle, that was lunar cycle number 4 of 2018, here it is, I wrote something like, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. So 9 pages, all handwritten, to summarize my moon cycle. And this is so powerful because the more you do it, the more you practice by journaling, by reporting all the amazing things that unfold in your life, the more you give energy to them. And so the more they can expand, and the more you can embrace them, and the more you can welcome them. And also, it's a very, very good and effective way to become aware of the abundance that is in our life. And, I started this new moon cycle today with a very significant event for me. I welcomed into my space, into my environment, a new desk. So I was looking for a desk to set my space, my computer, my books, my journals, and I was looking for the right piece of furniture. And then suddenly, a couple of weeks ago, with the full moon, I had a revelation. It was like a sudden insight, a sudden light into my vision, and I suddenly remembered that I actually had a very nice desk in my old house, in the house where I grew up. And so I immediately started to organize to have that desk back here with me in the house where I live now, and today it arrived. So this is a manifestation very important to me because it helped me to reorganize my space, my environment, and to live in a more tidy, organized space that allows me to let the energy flow. And this is very important when we work with energy, when we work with the moon phases as well, to manifest. So today was a great day for me to start this moon cycle with this new arrival in my space, my new old desk. So by recognizing these little huge things in our life, the more we do it, the more we can embrace them, the more we can truly open the space on an energy level to embrace and welcome more and more of them in our life. And we can simply start from where we are with little things, such as an idea that you had and then that day you were able to manifest it, or maybe a huger dream, wherever it was. So journal and become aware of the miracles that are already around you, and especially about the miracle who you are. You know, when I talk about miracles, and so often we talk about gratitude as well. Hello, Ram, welcome here into this space. When we talk about miracles and about gratitude, being grateful for what we are and for what we have, we start by saying, okay, what can I say thank you for today? And when we simply close our eyes and we go within ourselves and we recognize that there are millions of cells within ourselves, that our heart is beating, and we've got hair growing, that we can see with our eyes, we can speak, we can move our body. And by the way, wherever our circumstances, we are alive. This is a miracle. And so I invite you to recognize these sparks of divinity, the jewels within ourselves and all around us, so that our life can become more magical. And what better moment to start it than tonight? Today, wherever you are in the world, I don't know if it's morning, afternoon, night, where I am, it's evening, late evening, so it's almost the end of the day, and it's the perfect time to go within, close our eyes, stay in the darkness, and say thank you for where we arrived so far, and to gather all the energy to start a new cycle that today begins with the new moon in Gemini. And Gemini brings this enthusiasm for life, this curiosity to find out and explore more, and to do it with a light spirit, to be a little bit detached. I don't want to say superficial, but just to truly go with the flow, to bother less about all the little details, and to be more joyful, more cheerful, to feast to life, to our own life, and to whatever is unfolding around us. So there is a very light energy that comes up with Gemini, and there is also this attention on the dualism, because the glyph of Gemini has actually two, or if you want to consider the twins, so we consider something that is a duality, and so we consider light and darkness, but also the opportunity to be more than one version of ourselves, and to be shameless of show up for who we truly are. If one day we want to be very creative and show up in bright colors, and then the other day we want to be a little bit more moody or more mystical and show up in a darkest theme, everything is allowed with Gemini. And I mean all kinds of expressions. And the more different they are, the more welcome they are, because Gemini truly embrace the differences and also embrace the yin and the yang within ourselves, the feminine and the masculine, the light and the darkness. We live in this world of duality, and we come from the duality of our parents, masculine and feminine energy that was able to give birth to us, to ourselves. So let's stay in this duality, and let's consider it to bring up the balance as well, and to feel more grounded. So by journaling, by recognizing who we are, the miracle within ourselves, by recognizing the duality that together creates oneness, and so by give fire and air and light to this concept that we are all one, we can start this new cycle tonight. And I wish you to have the brightest cycle, the more vibrant and the more cheerful, the more excited, the happiest cycle of this year, so that you can truly embrace this turning point of this year and then navigate the last 6 months of 2018 at full speed, fully embodying who you are and going towards your desires boldly. without any shame, without any fear, just focusing on the love, on the pleasure that your desires give to you. So I picked one card. As you've seen from the beginning of this broadcast, I was shuffling the cards from my deck, the Magic Path. Here it is. These are the cards that I personally created to work with you. And they are infused with a lot of creative energy. And so I've picked one card that will serve us as guidance for all this lunar cycle that will bring us towards mid-July. And then we will have the eclipse season as well. We can already start feeling something because usually when eclipses come, we can perceive them one month in advance. So you may start to perceive some sudden shifts in your life as well. It can be something that you perceive within yourself, maybe an old belief that you have let go, or an event or a person or something new suddenly coming into your life or suddenly leaving your life. So I invite you to embrace this coming or this leaving just as a natural shift of life that is all going towards the better for you and for everyone involved. So to complete this blessing for this new cycle, the 6th lunar cycle of 2018, starting with this magical new moon in Gemini, it's very interesting that it's 2244 degrees Gemini, so that it's perfectly aligned with the concept of twins. Let's turn the card from my deck, the Magic Path. And let's see which is the extra guidance that comes from the realms of the divine to everything that is spiritual, divine, that 24/7, all day long, every day, every instant of our life is here, protecting us, guiding us, and truly looking at ourselves from a different perspective, maybe more free than the three-dimensional one we are living in this planet Earth. And so let's attune with this magical energy and see which is the guidance for this month. I'm going to turn the card, and it's one card only that is going to serve us for the next 4 weeks. So let's see. The card is Sacrality, and it's a reverse card. So with reverse cards, we give more light, we give more activation to the feminine energy. So it will be about being more receptive, more welcoming, more soft and vulnerable, and knowing that by being this way, we are actually stronger. We become stronger because we are able to show the sweetest parts of ourselves to the world. So the message of this card, Sacrality, it's about childbirth. It's about knowing that childbirth, so wherever we are birthing, what are you birthing? What are you preparing to give birth to as we start this new lunar cycle? It's a rite of passage. So birthing, giving birth to our children or to our projects, to our desires, it's a process and it's a rite of passage. So we are shifting from one dimension to another when we move towards our desires and we cross the thresholds. And this crossing, it's a rite. So the card says that this is a rite of passage that we are going through, and what can strengthen us to go through this rite of passage is by going through some rituals. Because the card showed up reversed, actually, it's about having rituals within ourselves. So this is the ritual of self. It's the ritual of self-love. It's about creating time, space, focusing on our energies on ourselves. So what this card says to us and what this card invites us to do within the next 4 weeks is to focus on ourselves, to create sacred time, sacred rituals, to pamper ourselves, to take care of the person who we are. This is a card that lately is showing up pretty often, I have to say. So we can perceive that in order to truly embrace the life of our desires, in order to awaken together with this planet, this huge wave of awakening that we are all going through, it's more and more and more and more important to take care of ourselves. Because when we take care of ourselves, and I'm talking about truly self-care beyond self-love, that can be having meditations daily, can be journaling, it can be paying attention to the food we eat, the things we drink, the people we stay with, the places we go to. It's a blend of different elements, this self-care. This is more and more important because only when we fill our cups, only when we fill our human living system with love and pleasure and fulfillment, only then we can give to others, and only then we can feel happy and grounded and stable and in peace enough to truly be who we are and to share who we are with other people. Otherwise, we will always be looking for something else or someone else to fill the holes of our being. And this is not the case. We are responsible for our own life. This is what this card is coming to say as well, sacrality. We are responsible for our well-being. It's up to us. No one else can take care of ourselves as we can do. And it all starts with a decision. So tonight, that is the new moon in Gemini, we have this opportunity. We have this portal of energy opening up for us. It's opening up and it's saying to us, which is your decision? When we decide, can you feel the difference between a decision and an intention? When you decide, you give yourself only that opportunity. And this is not about being so strict and constrict that you feel resistance. It's about being focused on all the positive things that your desire bring with them. So wherever your desires are, focus on the pleasure, the happiness, the fulfillment, all the joy and the great energy that comes from them. And by doing this, you can truly focus on your well-being as well. So focus on yourself. This is the message of this card for tonight. Make the decision tonight. Maybe save some minutes after this live session, wherever you are watching it right now with me, or later on, maybe tomorrow, whenever it is. You still have a window of a few days after the new moon. Act as soon as possible. And acting sometimes, it's just making a decision, becoming clear with what you truly desire and what is so important to you that you commit to it, that you make the decision to commit to it. So I leave you, wrap up this blessing with this question for you to ponder about, which is that thing that is so important for you that you want with all yourself to commit to. And so to make your decision, to attune with it during the next 4 weeks. It can be only one thing. Because today it's Gemini, you can expand it to a couple of things and, focus on them and all the pleasure that can come from them. Focus on the pleasure. Focus on the good things. Focus on the positive side of whatever experience you are living, or whatever desire you are working to make real in your three-dimensional reality, in the physical plane. Hello Marco, welcome to everyone who is live here with me, and thank you so much for being live, for watching me, for staying with me, for sharing your time and energy with me. Thank you for sharing the video as well, if you feel called to let other people know about this new lunar cycle, and to let other people receiving the blessing for these upcoming 4 new weeks ahead. So thank you very much again. Whenever you feel called to work with me, just message me. We can go through the moon magic. We can go through the activation of the love energy that dwells within you, so that you can express yourself in the most authentic way for you. Whenever you feel called to this, just message me and we can arrange to work together and to make amazing things to unfold in this magical life that we all have right now as a precious, precious gift. So have a blessed Gemini new moon, and I see you very soon with another live broadcast. Much love, mwah, from my heart to yours. Thank you and see you soon.